If you're just catching the end of the show here, this is Grant Gisondo, the family man. I'm with Matt Brickman, the owner of iMediateInc.com. That's iMediateInc.com. We're talking all about mediations today. One thing that I do want to mention to everybody, regarding a mediation is everybody's role. One thing you need to understand is that Matt is not an attorney, right?
Correct.
You're not an attorney. Sometimes mediators are attorneys.
Yep.
They don't have to be. There's no requirement. I obviously am an attorney. I'm also a mediator. I'm a Supreme Court certified civil mediator. I don't do any family law mediation because I don't have a license to do that, but I am licensed to mediate civil cases. But, why did I do that? Well, that's the subject of a different show. But right now I'm a family law litigation attorney, and that's what I'm doing. So understand that your mediator can't give you legal advice. And that's why, you might be thinking, well, why don't I just go to mediation without attorneys and just cut that expense out? It's because, the mediator can't give you legal advice. The mediator might know the law, probably because he does it every day and he deals with attorneys every day and he has intellectual.
Hopefully they know the law.
Hopefully they know the law.
Otherwise they probably shouldn't be mediating.
Right. But they can't really tell you what the law is and what you should do.
Actually, it's not that you can't really. You can't.
You can't.
Period. It's hard and fast line. Okay. You can't, because otherwise you can be charged with unauthorized practice of law.
Yep.
UPL.
Which is a crime in Florida.
Yes. And so, and I have a reputation, but I also have a company and I can lose my certification.
Sure.
And it's, plus, for me, integrity and media and being honorable and doing the right thing and being someone of my word is so important to me that I'm just not going to do that.
Yep.
And so what I do, Grant, when, if parties come unrepresented is I will email them before we get to mediation. I'll email them Chapter 61 Florida statute. And I say, look, I am not going to give you legal advice. I cannot give you legal advice. Don't ask me for legal advice, but I give them the law. Let them research it on their own. If they want to learn it, fine. If they don't, fine. But I tell them I am not going to give you legal advice. And I get a lot of calls too, even after mediation, where parties are asking me about the agreement.
Should I have done this? Should I have done that?
Or where's this? And I tell them, I say, look, you need, and it's weird. I guess they call me because I'm not charging them per minute.
Right.
If they called you, you're going to charge. But a lot of times, what it is it's clarification. They're looking through their agreement. They don't know. They know it's somewhere in those 14 to 20 pages, but they're sort of in that cloud after mediation. They're like, okay, I know it's here. Where's it? And so what I do is I say, look, I can't give you legal advice, but I can show you what you agreed to.
Right.
And I just point out in their agreement. And going back, you had said about texting. One of the reasons why I prefer everything in writing is because for me, not being an attorney, not being able to give legal advice, I want everything in writing, because what I don't want is I don't want someone then going, oh well, I called and talked to Matthew and he told
me this.
No,
yeah.
That's why I like texting better than phone call. Now I'll talk to you on the phone, absolutely, right, because things may need to be explained. But I prefer text and email for that exact reason.
It's funny. I got an email about that, and someone said to me, why is it that you're so against texting? And I'm not against texting. The reason why I want to talk to you or I want to see you in my office is because I don't know it's you that's texting me. And if I gave legal advice to somebody that was not my client, I could be in a lot of trouble for that. And I could potentially have to withdraw as your representation and no longer represent you because I've now conflicted because I had a conversation with maybe a represented party. So I want to make sure I'm talking to my clients. I'm
not giving legal advice. So
it's a different story.
It's a little bit of a different story. And actually, I want it for CYA, but you don't need it for CYA.
Right, exactly. So just to tell you guys a little bit about the roles, like I said, the attorney, that's the person that's giving you legal advice on maybe what your position is, what the law is, and things like that. Your mediator is your facilitator of the conversation, kind of doing the legwork, going back and forth, trying to get through issues. And Matt's got some great tricks, by the way, to get people talking. And I'm not going to go into specific stories because we can't.
Yeah, but you love the Globe.
I love the Globe. I love it. It's a story. You know what, you guys, if you want to know about the Globe, send me an email.
You're going to have to come to mediation.
Come to mediation and you know what? Send me an email, grant@sunshinedivorce.com, and say, I want to hear about the Globe.
Yeah.
And we were going to tell you and if let's say 10 people send that email in. At the next show, we'll tell the Globe story. We'll have Matt pop in just for 5 minutes to talk about the Globe. It's a great story.
Globe's awesome.
You know, and one of the things that Matt does so great is he's extremely creative on coming up with different ideas and different games to try to get people to see the light of day. And we're going to talk about those a little bit later in the show. I know we're still kind of just laying some groundwork here today. So obviously you can hear he's been doing this for 11 years, 300 mediations a year. I mean, when you think about that, that's 65 days off a year. So he's in mediation more than he's actually doing anything else. And as a full-time mediator, this is what he does. He's phenomenal. Now, Matt, you own your own company.
Yes.
What is the name of your company?
iMediate Inc.
iMediate Inc. And your website?
It's iChatMediation.com, or you can also go to iMediateinc.com, either one.
Okay. And if you're interested in hiring Matt to maybe talk to about setting up a mediation, or you want to hear a little bit more about his qualifications, or ask him a question with something that you're hearing on today's show, how would people get a hold of you?
The best way to get a hold of me is email.
Email? Okay, what's your email?
Email and text message. Those are the two fastest. So my email is mbreckman@ichatmediation.com, and or you can text me on my cell phone, 561-262-9121.
Great.